Malaysia, an ideal destination for Qatari investors. MAVCOM CAAM merger will make the civil aviation industry more competitive. Hello and good afternoon, and welcome to the afternoon edition of News on 2 with me, Muhammad Amin Carlos. Well, Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has expressed confidence that Malaysia will be an ideal destination for Qatari investors, especially to assess the broader market in the ASEAN region. And Tun Dr. Mahathir, who is on a 4-day official visit to Qatar, welcomed more companies from Qatar to explore business opportunities in Malaysia, particularly in oil and gas, chemical products, food processing, halal, hotel and tourism, Islamic banking and finance. Now, the Premier, who arrived in the Qatari capital on Wednesday night, also believed that there are ample business opportunities that can be explored by Malaysian businesses in Qatar. Well, currently, he said, Malaysian companies such as Gamuda, UEM, Eversendai, Holiday Vela and Malaysia Airports have a large footprint in Qatar. He noted that Malaysia remains on a steady economic path with a healthy average gross domestic product or GDP growth of 4.6% in the first 3 quarters of 2019. He added that with its strong economic fundamentals, Malaysia continues to attract foreign direct investments or FDIs. Now, Tun Dr. Mahathir pointed out that Malaysia strives to strike a balance by not only enhancing the ease of doing business in the country, but also ensuring the nation benefits in the long run. Qatar is Malaysia's 5th most important economic partner, with total trade between the two countries recorded at 3.72 billion ringgit in 2018, a 29% increase compared with 2017. Well, meanwhile, Tun Dr. Mahathir was yesterday accorded an official welcoming ceremony at Amiri Diwan in conjunction with his 4-day official visit to Qatar. And Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, greeted the Premier upon arrival at Amiri Diwan at 11:15 a.m. local time before the national anthems of Malaysia and Qatar were played. During the bilateral meeting at the Amiri Diwan, the Emir of Qatar and Tun Dr. Mahathir discussed ways to further strengthen relations between Qatar and Malaysia and expand the existing partnership between the two countries in various fields. They also exchanged views on important regional and international issues at the Kuala Lumpur Summit 2019, scheduled to take place on 19th December, in which His Highness the Emir will participate at the invitation of the Premier.
Saya fikir dia tetap akan datang, tetapi dia akan kontribut banyak memandang kepada cara dia mentadbir Qatar ini.
Following the meeting, the Emir and Tun Dr. Mahathir witnessed the signing of a memorandum of understanding on the establishment of a high-level joint committee between Qatar and Malaysia. Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah and Raja Permaisuri Agong Tunku Haja Aziza Amina Maimuna Iskandaria attended a luncheon with Queen Elizabeth II at Buckingham Palace in London on Thursday. Well, the luncheon with Queen Elizabeth was part of Their Majesties' itinerary during their 8-day visit to the United Kingdom. Now, Their Majesties were greeted upon arrival by a royal salute and received by the Earl of Essex, Prince Edward, who is also the 3rd son of Queen Elizabeth. The royal couple were accompanied by their children, the Regent of Pahang, Tengku Hassan Al Ibrahim Alam Shah, Tengku Panglima Raja Tengku Amir Nasir Ibrahim Shah, and Tengku Putri Raja Tengku Putri Iman Afzam. Also present was Malaysian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Dato Muhammad Sadiq Kathirgani. Their Majesties spent about an hour during the luncheon with Queen Elizabeth. Earlier, Al-Sultan Abdullah visited Westminster Abbey, which is one of the United Kingdom's most notable houses of worship and the traditional place of coronation and burial site for the English monarchs. His Majesty also spent time visiting the Churchill War Rooms, a historic underground complex that housed the British government command centre during the Second World War. The government is in the midst of drafting the National Social Protection Policy that is in line with the Shared Prosperity Vision 2030 and other related policies. Well, according to a statement issued by Deputy Prime Minister's office in conjunction with the first meeting of the Malaysian Social Protection Council, or MySPC, chaired by Dato' Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail, the policy will encompass all aspects of prevention, protection, promotion, and also transformation. Now, the MySPC is the main coordination body for policies and programs drawn up to strengthen the national social protection system. The statement said through MySPC, the existing and new social protection programs would also be rationalized. Well, it said this is to ensure optimal utilization of financial resources and efficient distribution of assistance or incentives to bring impact to targeted groups. Now, according to the statement, the government had allocated 22.27 billion ringgit this year to implement more than 120 social aid programs involving 21 ministries and government agencies. It also said that 4 committees had been set up and would be led by relevant ministries and departments. For the Social Aid Working Committee, it would be led by the Women, Family and Community Development Ministry, which will be responsible for rationalizing and strengthening social aid programs by focusing on survival, social mobility and value added. The Social Insurance Working Committee, led by the Finance Ministry, will oversee the reform of social insurance framework, pensions and retirement, with protection schemes under the Social Security Organisation, or SOCSO, and the Employees Provident Fund, EPF, to be improved and expanded to all Malaysians. Well, Transport Minister Anthony Loke Siew Fook said he was surprised with the statement made by the Malaysian Aviation Commission, or MAVCOM, Executive Chairman Dr. Noor Sari Ahmad Radhi, who expressed his disappointment over the government's decision to dissolve the agency without discussing with him first. Well, Loke said the decision was made to encourage the development of the flight industry, as well as boosting the country's economic growth. The ministry has confirmed that MAVCOM will merge with the recently downgraded Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia, CAAM, which will see the latter absorbing the economic and commercial functions of MAVCOM. He added that the Cabinet had approved the move in a meeting.
Cabinet just made a principal decision yesterday to merge the 2 entities into one. MAVCOM will be absorbed and merged with CAAM. We think that this is a consolidation exercise and to make our regulatory body more efficient and cut down red tapes and bureaucracy. As you know, right now we have 2 regulators.
Loke said MAVCOM can still operate independently for at least another 6 months before its consolidation with CAAM. While Loke said it would take a few months for the government to repeal and amend some laws, discuss the structure and how to transfer MAVCOM's role to CAAM. In a recent statement, Dr. Noor Sari said he would hand over all statutory roles and responsibilities to the Transport Ministry. He said his focus now is to look after the welfare of MAVCOM's staff. The implementation of the parcel tax system beginning 1st January in Kuala Lumpur will see homeowners, especially those from the B40 group, enjoying a yearly flat rate of 15 ringgit for leasehold properties and 20 ringgit for freehold properties. Well, according to Federal Territories Minister Khalid Abdul Samad, this will involve strata properties from low-cost housing schemes and the People's Housing Program, PPR, regardless of the property size. On average, Khalid said that residential types of apartments with an overall size of 96 square meters, which belong to owners from the M40 group, are subject to a minimum yearly parcel tax of 20 ringgit and 25 ringgit for leasehold and freehold properties, respectively.
So inisiatif ini adalah untuk membantu menyelesaikan masalah-masalah yang baru yang terhasil daripada cara hidup yang agak barulah, iaitu cara hidup berstrata. Ini lebih adil, lebih telus dan tidak akan menimbulkan masalah bagi pemilik apabila seperti mana yang saya sebut dalam ucapan tadi, cukai tanah tak diselesaikan, tak dilansaikan, tak dibayar atas sebab pemilik strata tak bayar dia punya maintenance fee ke.
He also said that establishing individual parcel tax accounts for each parcel owner will also enable such owners with no areas of tax to continue transactions such as transfers, leases and mortgages without any obstruction. Well, Kuala Lumpur has followed Selangor, Penang and Malacca in implementing the transition from land tax to parcel tax. Leveraging on modern technologies is expected to attract more young people to enter the commodity and plantation sector, hence reducing the country's dependence on foreign labor. Now, Primary Industries Minister Theresa Kok said the plantation industry will soon tap into the potential of robotics, drones and smartphones. Well, speaking to the media after an award ceremony organized by the Institute of Malaysian Plantation and Commodities in Bangi, Selangor, well, Theresa urged the youth to enroll in skills and training courses provided by the Institute of Malaysian Plantation and Commodities, or IMPACT. Now, established in 2011, IMPACT merges and coordinates all courses and trainings carried out by the different agencies under one organization. Well, agencies involved are the Malaysian Palm Oil Board, Malaysian Rubber Board, Malaysian Timber Industry Board, Malaysian Cocoa Board, Malaysian Pepper Board, and National Knaf and Tobacco Board. In her speech, Theresa said the commodity sector is one of the main contributors to the nation's economy. As of October this year, export revenue from agri-commodity products stood at 103.5 billion ringgit, or 12.6% of the country's total export revenue. Between 2011 and 2019, IMPACT trained 70,672 participants at training centers under the 6 government agencies, and it expects to train 80,000 participants by the year 2020. Well, coming up, MACC to reopen all cases of public interest early next year. The Perak Immigration Department arrested 65 Chinese nationals in a raid at 2 houses in Gerbang Maju Rapat, Ipoh, while they were detained for their alleged involvement in an online scam since a week ago. Now, State Immigration Department Director General Dato' Khairul Zaimi Daud said the suspects, aged between 17 and 55, were caught by surprise when a raiding party stormed 2 3-story houses at Gerbang Maju Rapat at 3:30 p.m. Well, he said everyone was then carrying out online activities, and as soon as they realized the presence of immigration officers, they tried to run away, causing scuffles. Now, he added that some of them tried to act aggressively, but immigration personnel managed to control the situation and prevented them from escaping. In the raid, immigration officers seized various equipment, including 232 mobile phones, 45 laptops, 26 computer monitors, a card credit swipe machine, 140 bank cards, and 47 Chinese identity cards. Dato' Khairul said the suspects, who include 4 women, have been detained for investigation for not having valid travel documents and abusing social visit or work passes. The arrests bring the number of Chinese nationals arrested in Malaysia on suspicion of involvement in online scams since 20th November to 941. In addition to the Ipoh arrests, 680 were nabbed in Cyberjaya on 20th November, 104 were detained in Sabah on 26th November, and 52 were held in Sarawak on 29th November. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC Chief Commissioner Latifah Koya, says the Commission will reopen and resume investigations into more than 10 cold and closed corruption cases, including high-profile ones. Well, she said a high number of investigations had been closed after it was deemed that there was, quote-unquote, no case. Now, Latifah, however, declined to disclose the number of high-profile cases that had been closed or left as cold files, as it could jeopardize investigations. She also said that no time frame was set for the MACC to review those cases. On Wednesday, Latifah, after appearing as a guest in the Women as Leaders program on Bernama Radio, said the MACC would reopen closed cases and files involving public interest early next year. While she said MACC had also received several complaints involving the cases. On another issue, Latifah said it was too early to comment on the increased income or assets value of the members of parliament following their recent assets declaration to the MACC. She also advised those who have information on any wrongdoing involving the said MPs to lodge reports with the Commission. badminton teams to train in Japan prior to 2020 Olympics. Well, Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah extends his heartiest congratulations to all medal winners in the 30th SEA Games in the Philippines. According to the Comptroller of the Royal Household for Istana Negara, Dato Ahmad Fadil Samsudin, His Majesty was very pleased with the achievements of the athletes and was heartened to see the Jalur Gemilang being raised in recognition of their accomplishments. Dato Ahmad Fadil said the King also hoped that this will be the catalyst for others to work harder and to stay committed in the path towards excellence. However, Dato Ahmad Fadil said His Majesty also understands that there is still a lot of work to be done in improving the state of Malaysian sports. The King said the athletes, coaches, managers and the associations must persevere and keep pushing the boundaries to excel in their respective sports. In a statement issued by Istana Negara, His Majesty also encourages Malaysians to continue to pursue their dreams and to be inspired to be a success for themselves and for the nation. For the record, Malaysia ended the SEA Games campaign with a total haul of 56 gold medals, 58 silver and 71 bronze. National shuttlers will have an early taste of Tokyo 2020 Olympic vibes when they undergo training in Ehime from 22nd to 29th December. Now, Japan's ambassador to Malaysia, Hiroshi Oka, said the training stint in Japan is a positive step taken by the Badminton Association of Malaysia, BAM, to prepare the shuttlers for the Olympics.
I'm happy to see many badminton players going to Japan for doing trainings and practicing. And particularly, I'm from Ehime, so there is a personal joy of see this national team is going to Ehime, and Ehime is a good place for doing practices.
Oka was making an official visit to BAM in conjunction with their collaboration in providing training facilities to the national players as preparation for the Olympics 2020. Also on preparations for the badminton event at the 2020 Summer Olympics, scheduled to take place from 25th July to 3rd August next year, well, Oka said the preparations were going well. 20 Malaysian shuttlers will go for training in Ehime, including Li Zijia, Chiam Junwei, Aaron Chia and So Hui Yik, Ong Yusin and Teo Yi Yi, Goh Sun Huan and Chevan Lai and Tan Kian Ming and Lai Peijing. The Perak Football Association, PAFA, has secured the services of former Kuala Lumpur player Guilherme de Paula for the Malaysian League next season. And Perak Menteri Besar Dato Sri Ahmad Faizal Azumu said the Brazilian had signed a one-year contract and would begin training with the Bosgaras on 28th December. Dato Sri Ahmad Faizal said De Paula was picked following discussions with coach Mahmed Durakovic.
Dia kalau list naturalisasi ni kita cuma boleh ambil dia macam Brandon Gunn contoh. Dia tu dah pegang pasport Malaysia. Itu dan you can boleh anggap sebagai pemain lokal. Tetapi setahu saya De Paula tak ada memegang plus tak cukup 5 tahun untuk memegang pasport Malaysia.
Meanwhile, team manager Dato Adli Shah Amata said PAFA opted for De Paula partly because of his quality and experience playing for Malaysian league teams like Selangor, PDRM and Kuala Lumpur. De Paula, 33, had helped Selangor win the Malaysia Cup in 2015 and was a key player of Kuala Lumpur when they won the Premier League in 2017. And with that, we conclude this afternoon's edition of News on 2. Now, top story, Malaysia, an ideal destination for Qatari investors. Join us again at 7 p.m. for more updates on the latest happenings here and also around the world. I'm Amin Carlos, and do stay tuned to TV2. Thanks from all of us.